afternoon, Stitch Roadies. Well, thanks for stopping by. I thought I just wanted to do a little stitch along, stitch with me, whatever you want to call it. I wanted the company and I'm glad you're here. I am working on, let me show it to you. This is my 2021 chart of the year. Begin. A journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. And we have taken some momentous steps this week. I am hoping and praying that all will continue to move forward in our country. I have high hopes. And I watched the inauguration, and it was, there were so many facets of it that gave me hope, I am looking forward to hard work and moving forward in this country. I want my vaccine. I want my vaccine so I can hang out with you guys and get hugs, real hugs. Don't you want real hugs? I do. Yesterday I was a little bit under the weather today, I have to say. Yesterday I went for my new patient doctor's visit here in my new community, and I love the medical system that I have stepped into since we moved over here. It's called Kaiser, and it's kind of like an HMO, I guess you'd call it. But I had to laugh because, well, everything is streamlined. Like when you get your labs done, when you see your doctor, within that day, all those notes are on your chart, and your chart is accessible by your phone. It's amazing. It's amazing to actually read what your doctor wrote. And I had to laugh because I just, I never could read the notes before. I mean, if you requested the notes, you had to go through medical records and sign all this stuff, but in this system, you have access to your care. You are managing your care along with your physician, and so by the time I left yesterday evening, I had my chart notes, and I don't know. There's a good side and a not so good side. Well, under physical exam, it says constitutional. She is well developed, well nourished, and in no distress. That is really, really politically correct verbiage. Not that she's like overweight, needs to lose weight, needs to do this or that. No, it was so, and my doctor was so sweet. So I love that. I am well developed and well nourished. Oh, and I'm alert. So I had to get a kick out of that. I just had to get a kick out of that. So, yeah, it's, I'm liking it. I'm liking the medical care that I'm getting over here. It's pretty interesting. And she asked me what if there was, what things I was worried about and stuff, and I told her, well, this last year, the biggest health issue I had was the vertigo. and I told her how I was treated for vertigo, and she says we do the same thing. So she already set up a connection for me with a physical therapist. So if it ever happens, and can you believe it, I made it through that entire move, and thus far without any episodes of vertigo, which is, thank you God. Thank you God. I don't think I could have dealt with that. That would have probably sent me off the deep end. So, yeah, that was a blessing. That was a blessing. And the community here, I am navigating it. It's bigger, you know. The town of Sisters was 3,000, and this town is like 5,000, but because it's just it's basically a suburb, a city connected to Portland, it has a big city feel once I get out of the town, because then I'm right on a freeway, which is awesome. But here I am sitting up on this hill. My ears pop actually when I go from my house down the hill to the main road. My ears pop. So I am living on a hill in a valley. Oh, it's just interesting, and I'm figuring out how to get around, how to find the post office easy, the recycle area, the grocery stores I want to use. Although I talked with all of my quilt roadie buddies about Instacart, and I think I'm going to give that a shot, you know. Just, I know my older daughter-in-law, she always used it because working night shift, on her break, she would just order her groceries, and then when she got off work, she would pull up, they'd come out, load it in, and she'd go home. This was pre-COVID. She just did it for the convenience of it. So I am thinking, though, now, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a shot and see. There are some ups and downs to it, like when you go to the grocery store. I feel funny about someone picking my fruits and vegetables out, but, you know, because I'm kind of looking at every little dot and bruise, and they are busy. I see them working hard in the grocery stores, just filling those orders. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm ready to try it. I am ready to try it. It has been fantastic being this close to my younger son and his family. I can't wait until my older son and his family, I can get in some kind of rhythm, but they are night shift workers, so naturally that's a little more challenging because of that. And my older grandson is school age. Even though he's not in school, he has to do the virtual school, so he's busy during the week, and my younger son's kids aren't school age yet. But they're keeping their fingers crossed that that older one of theirs, who is 3, can go to preschool this year. Yeah, he needs it. He's a busy little bee. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun playing with him, having him over. We're like his little summer camp, or his little preschool away from home. Other than that, still unpacking. Can you believe it? I still have not found that floss. Today, I went back through every piece of cross stitch I have and didn't find it. I looked in every project bag and didn't find it. I looked at the video where I showed it, and oh, it just makes me sick to think I might have, in a brain fart, threw it away. But yeah, I'm gonna chill about it for a while, because I just know as soon as I order the floss again, it's going to turn up. And then I'm going to have a lot of that color. I'm going to check at the condo one more time, although I can't believe I would have taken that one package there, but I'm covering all the bases and I am going to look for it. I mean, it was 40 some dollars worth of floss and I really, really want to find it. Yes. And I'm surprised that I didn't put it in the project bag with the chart and the fabric, but it made me think, okay, that project bag was probably already packed, and so that would be the reason why it wasn't in that project bag, but yeah, we'll see. This is how far I've gotten on my begin, so I got the whole bottom line and I'm working across now through the alphabet and I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I had a stumble with my monthly Orny Sal, but this before the end of the month I'll have one done. I just either my mojo was off because it made my counting off and I counted wrong twice and I just had a little hissy fit and decided I'm just going to do an entirely different ornament and see if I can change that mojo a little bit, you know, and so I'm going to be doing that here in the next couple of days. Yeah, it's been the last couple days beautiful weather, but today it looks like things are changing a bit. It is, you know, it is overcast and breezy. Although it's not raining, it just is overcast. And it's kind of funny because the people on this side of the mountain, when there's even the hint that the temperature might drop for snow, it's like a big event. It's like a big event. Kind of funny. So, yeah. I just love looking at those trees. I can't wait till the deciduous trees start leafing out and we start getting some flowers and yeah. We got our garage door fixed, although the guy's coming back tomorrow, and to do some last minute fixing. Yeah, so this goes here. Okay. Yeah, so what are you working on? What are you working on? It's kind of interesting. I think this, I'm just gonna go with the flow. I think this whole year, the residual of this last year, has just made my mojo a little bit off, and so I can't seem to concentrate. Do you find that? Are you having concentration problems? But I get very distracted. I've got my sewing room almost organized. But oh, are those boxes and boxes of photos just... Well, here's the thing. I know I totally love how you guys have my back and are telling me to relax and take it easy, one day at a time. Who cares? I mean, so many of you have moved and still are not moved months or years ago and still haven't gone through all the boxes. Well, I think I've told you this story before, but in one move we did, it was the same kind of move. It seems like that's the only kind of move we do, is that we decide to move, our house sells in a day, and we are out of there like lickety split. I mean, I'm wondering about that kind of karma, but so we moved on Christmas Day. We didn't even have a tree that year. It was, my oldest was about 8. I always feel bad about that Christmas, although he probably doesn't remember. And the youngest was a baby, because they're almost 9 years apart. So we drove to Oregon on Christmas, and the week before, our friends were helping us move. We just moved. And then, you know, every year or two we kept moving, because that just seems to be the way our lives go. And so I mean, we were in Sisters. Well, the first time we were in Sisters, it was hardly a year. And then the second time we were in Sisters, this last time, it was about 7 years, 7 or 8 years. And that's really good for us, to be in one spot that long. Because we usually start getting a little bit itchy, you know, around 7-year itch. For the 7-year itch for us has to do with moving real estate. So we moved several more times without ever opening all the boxes. I know I've told you this story before, but I'm telling it again. This is why I am so committed to opening every single box that came to this house. When I finally opened a bunch of boxes, you know, a few years after that initial move to Oregon, I found a whole bag of kitchen garbage that had been thrown in a box and sealed. One of our friends probably thought the bag was full of something important, put it in a box. We were in a rush to get on the road. There was snow. Oh, and so here I had lugged that box around for, 5 or 6 years through several moves, and when I opened it and realized it was totally dehydrated. I mean, it was, you know, it didn't smell. There were no bugs. It was totally dried out kitchen garbage in a garbage bag, put in a box and sealed. Yes. So I am bound and determined on this particular move to not have boxes that I have not looked in. And we are so close. We are really close. I mean, G's been working on the garage like crazy, and he's been doing such a good job there. It's just trying to figure out how to organize a house that you didn't build with your mindset, and figure out where you want to put stuff. You know, it's a little bit different than we're used to, and so, but we're doing good. We're really doing good. I'm quite pleased with the progress we are making. Of course, being who I am, I think we should do better, but really, we have been doing pretty darn good. Our biggest challenge is that I don't want to say we're artists, but we have an artist's view, and we've had hobbies, and so things that haven't been displayed before because there just wasn't room and they've been packed. We are discovering them again, and so we want to enjoy those things again. And G, for many years, was an art photographer, a black and white art photographer where he developed his own photographs. He had a dark room in one house. Well, he built a dark room out in the garage of one house, and then, yeah, he actually built two different dark rooms. So we have some beautiful black and white prints of his that have been just in boxes. Yeah, just in boxes. And I really want to see them again. I want them to be out, which means trying to find how to display them here. And it's kind of fun to see all that old stuff again. You know, it's kind of fun to see all that old stuff. And that has been somewhat challenging. I don't have many quilts out. I have a few cross stitches and some of my wool stitching. The walls in this house aren't conducive to hanging big quilts for whatever. It's just the design of the house, you know. It was built in, I think this house was built in 99 or 2000. So you would think that wouldn't be that old of a house, but it does have a certain style for that time that is different than, you know, than what we've had. That's all I can say. It's not a complaint. It's just a challenge to see how we want to do things and where we want to hang things. And yeah, it's kind of, it is very fun to figure out, but it is challenging. Don't you think, Wally? Yeah, at least you made it, huh? Yeah, I'm worried about my lamp that came from the condo because I don't know what happened to the TV controller. I gotta make sure that I really look for that, or that lamp will not work without that TV controller. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had the, I haven't been able to concentrate on television. We've been watching some old, I mean, you talk about watching reruns, old reruns. It's like, and we're not really even watching them. We're just, it's just noise. It's just noise. I was really excited. There's in this community, there is a central food cart place, you know, where there's like, there's probably 20 plus food carts. There's a huge, beautiful building with, that has sliding big doors with like nice picnic tables if you wanted to sit under the cover, but out in the fresh air. This was built pre-COVID, but boy, is it great for COVID, although I personally do not feel comfortable sitting there and eating with other people at other tables. I don't know. Just a little bit more paranoid than the average bird. 6, okay. But the food carts, oh my gosh. I love Korean food, and there is a Korean food cart. Oh my gosh. I could eat there every day. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I need to, I think I need to start watching my floss tubes again. I haven't even watched floss tubes. Isn't that awful? I feel awful. Here I am doing a floss tube and I have not kept up with my friends. It's like I can't concentrate. But that's just the way it is. I really believe this year is going to be a better year than last year for sure. But there's still going to be challenges. I don't know. You know, the vaccine rollout here, holy moly, has it had to start and stop and spits and now I heard, I don't know what it's like in your area, but I heard that that all the major hospital systems here, and I mean they're big hospital systems here, have joined together and are going to do a mass vaccine at the convention center. I can't imagine a more chaotic. Who thought that up? That's just my personal opinion. But, you know, it's downtown. It's, you're going to have all those people. Where's the parking? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm not sure who thought that up. Probably some suit. But, yeah, and I could hear the people at the medical facility complaining because they can't even get it at work now. I'm so glad my daughter-in-law got hers because now they're making those people that work at the hospital go to the convention center. I mean, give me a break. That does not make any sense. Yeah. Okay. Was that a little bit of a rant? Yeah. I think that might have been a little bit of a rant. Yeah, so I think this next week I'm gonna give the Instacart thing a chance and see how that feels. And we're gonna just keep organizing and keep unpacking and keep trying to figure it all out. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have you guys been having that same kind of issue with concentrating on any one thing? I mean, I truly am. I'm trying to cross stitch. Well, I got a little. I mean, I did get a little bit done. I tried to cross stitch in the evening when we come upstairs because my cross stitching area now is in my bedroom. And so we don't come up here till like 7 o'clock. So I'm not even starting on cross stitching till 7 o'clock in the evening. I need to maybe set aside a little daytime cross stitching. know that I'm setting up an area out in the garage for FFOing, where I can use glue and paint and that kind of thing. G's giving me his old workbench. It's not old, it's a nice workbench, because there were already some workbenches on the other side of the garage. So he's giving me the one that we dragged up here for my FFOing. Two, three, four, five, six. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think this was, I really wanted to do that long dog pandemic for my 2021, but I can't start it till I find the floss. And so this, I think, was actually a very sweet alternative, because I love the sentiment of it, and boy, do we need to put one foot in front of the other, don't we? And our journey does need to start with one step. So yeah. So what is your 2021 kind of signature stitch for this year? Do you have just one? Or, if I get this one done this year, and I would think that I would be able to get this one done, I'll feel quite proud of myself. Yes, and G's birthday's coming up, so that one chart that I wanted to start for his, actually thought I would get it done for his birthday. I don't think so, but I'm going to start it on his birthday. That'll be good. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, I think I'll let you guys go, if you haven't already left because you're bored silly. But I surely do appreciate you stopping by, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun when we could actually meet up and give each other hugs. I'm really looking forward to some good hugs, I don't know about you, but the old elbow bump isn't quite doing it for me. Yeah, it'll be good. I can't wait till I get my vaccine. Boy, that shingle shot. I got my second, did I tell you? Oh, my arm is sore. I got my second shingle shot yesterday. You're supposed to get 2 of them. The second one is 2 to 6 months after your first one. So I got my second one yesterday, and this morning I felt like crap. I mean, that kind of bone tired. I'm not sure I slept that well. Seemed like I woke up 3 times during the night, and this morning I was just dragging, and I had to go to the post office, and then I had to go to Goodwill. Yeah, I'm taking stuff to Goodwill, if you can believe it. I paid to have it moved up here, and now I'm taking it to Goodwill. But I just felt like totally like under the weather, you know, that kind of just blah. But I laid down a little bit today, and so now this late afternoon I'm feeling kind of perky enough to do some stitching with you. So I'm glad I got that done. But it was interesting because she told me that I couldn't get the COVID vaccine for 2 weeks. I had to wait 2 weeks, but she said that won't be a problem because you won't even be up for it. I'm in category 1B. Supposedly category 1B was this week, then they moved it to next week. It'll be March or April before I get it. So, yeah. So I won't have to worry about that, but I'm glad I got that shingle shot out of the way anyway. Okay, you guys take care. Thanks for stopping by. And tell me in the comments what your 2021 signature stitch is going to be. And maybe I'll need to look at what you're doing. Yeah. Okay, you take care. And I appreciate each and every one of you.